Hi, I'm Mark Watum, and I'm the coordinator for the African Politics Master Program. Congratulations on getting this far and making the decision to join this world leading program on the politics of Africa. This program is all about you and your desired career trajectory. It is designed to impart onto you academic independence, to make you a free thinker, and to allow you to be resourceful, understanding the tools and the knowledge available to you to make decisions and impact Africa's politics in the future. It is an absolute pleasure to share with you guys the rationale behind this program before we delve into the particulars of the year ahead. Remember at all times as you go through the topics, the weekly plans, the lectures, the discussions, that this was designed to allow you to think freely, to be yourself, to connect with the continent, our history, and our present, breaking away from what might be conventional academia. You will delve into a whole new plethora of resources, from the papers to the videos to the arguments that we present, the policy papers, and the methods of analysis. While we impart to you the correct and the most appropriate tools to do so, you will engage in new and innovative ways to challenge and critique ideas. That being said, I would like to run you through some of the learning outcomes on the particular modules of this program. We first open up with a linear approach to understanding the historical pathways that have been taken by much of the African continent and diasporic Africans to position you and to help you to understand how we've ended up where we are today. This begins with the 15th to 18th century history of African politics. We look at issues such as democracy and the arrival of democracy into the African continent, everything before the Berlin Conference, how different kingdoms, societies, polities interacted and engaged with one another, as well as the diffusion of different political frameworks and governance methodologies. Continuing in that chronology, we then move into the 19th to 20th century politics of Africa. This first starts off with the scramble for Africa and its immediate aftermath, followed by the spring of independence, resistance, and violent movements that took over the continent. We explore how leaders were able to generate extreme followings and mobilize populations to support them in these resistance movements while applying pressure on colonial powers to withdraw. We look at the likes of Selassie, Lumumba, Cabral, Sankara, you name it, and take special note of their political approaches, their ways of governance, and how this has resulted in morphing the more modern African political framework. Module 3 is all about 21st century politics in Africa, synonymous with development as we know it today. We start off by understanding the Washington Consensus, neoliberalism, and the hot button topic of the global political regime. We also use the opportunity to turn the program into a practical instruction manual on how to engage Africa's existing political framework. Using everything that you've learned leading up to this stage, we will teach you how to analyze policy, draft your own policy, and get involved in the lobbying and debate infrastructures of Africa. Throughout all of this, remember that it is a privilege to be taught by some of the world's most influential and well researched professors. These professors teach at the leading institutions on a weekly basis and will be coming down to make sure that you have the best experience possible. I advise you to use it to your advantage. Participate in the classes. Make sure that you speak and you debate with your peers. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to challenge ideas. Make sure that you are heard. And because of this level of expertise, I also advise you to be intentional. Make sure that you enter every single lesson having looked up what it's going to be about. If there are topics that you know are going to come up, take the time to do the reading beforehand. Take the time to do further research. Prepare some questions that you feel will be relevant, and make sure that you're aware as to how these particular topics will be influential in your work in the future. These are all tools, stepping stones, and ladders to get you closer to your own professional objectives. To help you with this, we've designed a brand new digital campus that is the optimum learning experience and environment. Go ahead and log in at panafricanthought.com using your student ID and open yourself up to a world of knowledge and information at the tip of your fingers. Log in and see last week's programs, future programs as and when they're ready, replay videos, perhaps even lectures. And at the same time, it is fully integrated with the platforms you're most familiar with. Our lectures will be hosted using Zoom, for example, which I know we all know how to use now. So go ahead, get familiar with it, ask the questions, but do set some time for yourself to play around with the various options. Download the different documents, see how the brochures and the course notes all look, see how the embedded videos play back, and make sure that all of your technology lines up with the upcoming academic year. It's never too late to reach out for support as well. So if you need help, go ahead and write to myself or to the lecturer of the week's topic and make yourself able to participate. And with that, I wish you all the best on the upcoming academic year. Welcome to the School of Pan African Thought.